Good morning, John. So as you may have noticed, I like to do all the jobs. VidCon is coming up at the end of this month. Lizzie Bennett just passed 50,000 subscribers. The SciShow and Crash Course and Truth or Fail and EcoGeek and DFTBA Records. It's a long list. And sometimes people ask me, Hank, how do you do so much stuff? You must have some excellent productivity tips. And yes, I do. Unlike apparently everyone else, I put my pants on 2 legs at a time. I've developed a faster way of tying my shoes, and also a faster and more efficient way to ambulate. I predict within the next 5 years, everyone will be walking like this. People also spend a huge amount of time eating, and I've stopped doing that, and instead, I just ingest 2,000 calories of muscle milk in one sitting. This has also dramatically decreased the amount of time that I spend pooping, though it has really increased the amount of time I spend peeing, which is why I've developed this special desk chair.
Did you see that email from...
What's up? Okay. Another tip, I get my medical procedures in bulk.
I just got a reason to take it out while getting a colonoscopy.
Also, I get my computer to do work for me. For example, I wrote a script that goes to Amazon for me so I don't have to do it and orders more muscle milk. Because like otherwise I'd spend a huge amount of time just ordering muscle milk. And I also wrote a script that emails my wife romantic messages on important holidays. I mean, I was really busy, so I didn't write the whole program. It's based on a Russian spam writing algorithm. Here's an example of one from our last anniversary. I am very love, Catherine. It is more than your life is at its best when I have seen you to comply. Your hair, as you can see, is in no need of introduction because of course it has no business with you. My duty, as your man, is now do you want to be your friend for all of the rest of Viagra. But my biggest tip for all of you is instead of actually doing things, just imagine doing fun things. So that way, you can get the maximum amount of stuff done while, in the end, making sure that you never really ever do anything. Yes! Kidding! I don't like muscle milk. God, Michael drinks that stuff? It is so horrible. But for serious, I do a lot of stuff, and I am pretty serious about, you know, making sure that I use my time productively. I use a thing on my computer called Rescue Time. It like tracks where and what I do while I'm on my computer, and it's great. It's sort of hilarious because it's always like, you spend too much time on YouTube! And I'm like, yeah, but that's my job, Rescue Time. But that leads to another point about how I have the awesomest job ever. I work a lot because work is more like a hobby for me. So that's where a lot of this like, all the jobs, do lots of different projects thing comes from for me. Like, I just like making things. It's one of the things that makes me excited about life. I also have to say that, you know, I can be more productive because I have help. VidCon has a whole team, Carver and Monica and Jenny and Lindsay. The FTBA Records has Alan and Sam and Kristen. And then with SciShow and Crash Course, we got a whole team. I'd love to introduce you to them sometime, everybody. They're great. But I think that's one of the things that I learned from this project with you, John, is that I like to collaborate with people. And no, none of them are as good of a collaborator as you are. You're still number 1. But I like to do projects, I like to collaborate, I like to be on a team. It's like sports, except you're actually doing something. And let me be the first to say what works for me in terms of productivity is not gonna work for everybody. I don't like rigid micromanaged schedules. I like to let my sort of like internal stress level decide what I'm gonna work on that day. If I get really busy and I freak out, just, you know, flip over Emma Stone's eyeball. And the funny thing is, flipping over Emma Stone's eyeball, for me, is work. So thanks to everybody. John, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Did you see that email from... Got spit all over my screen.